What's up guys, it's Miranda with Serious Dance and Fitness, and today I'm going to be taking you through a dynamic stretch out that I usually use before my dance classes. Now this stretch out can be used before or after your workout as it hits every single muscle and it flows through just to get you a little bit more flexible and warmed up or cooled back down after your work. We're going to start out swinging those arms from side to side, so just take one arm up at a time. Then we meet both at the top, fold over into a forward fold. You're gonna bend your knees at the bottom, straighten it up, and roll back up one vertebrae at a time. You're gonna repeat that again, really opening up that side on those swings, looking straight up at the sky, folding forward, holding at the bottom. Do a nice deep bend in those knees and roll on up. You're gonna circle out that head. Make sure to go all the way around, even at the back. You can take this tempo down a bit if you wanna slow it down, or take it at this pace. Gonna move those shoulders now. We're gonna take some circles backwards, really getting full range of motion through that shoulder joint, and go ahead and circle it forward. We're gonna take the arms out to the side. We're gonna stretch up and over to our sides. We're really keeping that side open and not crunching or bringing the arm in front of the face. You're gonna twist it over into a flat back. Hold it there for a second or two, and then you're going to drop it down, put that nose to that knee. Once you're here in this nose to knee position, you're gonna bend that opposite knee once or twice, just really getting into the side of that straight leg. We're gonna turn our toes to face the side, and you're gonna bend that back knee and flex that front toe. Making sure we're breathing through all these stretches in through the nose, out through the mouth. Transitioning now into a high lunge. You want that back leg straight. You're really pushing through the heel and straightening through the back of that knee. Now we're gonna drop it down, reach back, grab that heel, really stretch out that front of the quad and the hip flexor. Try to push your hips as close to the ground as possible on this. You're gonna let it go, sit up tall, put the hands on your knee, reset, tuck that hip in so we really hit the hip flexor in the front, and then take the stretch up and over to get even deeper into that hip flexor. Take it back down to the ground now. You're gonna shorten that angle and then pick up the back leg and bring it up to about a 90 degree. Roll it up to the top and hug in that top knee. Roll out that ankle from side to side. If you have trouble with this balance, go ahead and hold on to something. You're gonna grab that foot, extend it out, and then drop it back down. We're going over to the other side, repeating everything on the opposite side. Remember to breathe through. We're going into a flat back here. Take a breath and then drop down, nose to your knee. From this nose to your knee position, you're gonna bend the opposite knee once or twice, really get into the side of that hamstring and that IT band on the straight leg. You're gonna turn the toes to the side and again, bend out that back knee, flex the front toe, really sitting back into those hips to hit that hamstring. Drop it down into that high lunge, again pushing through that back heel, making sure that knee is nice and straight. And then from here, we're gonna drop that back knee, bend it up and reach for that back heel. If you can't quite reach the heel, just go for that upper body twist and get that leg bent as much as you can to still hit that quad a little bit. You're gonna be keeping the knee down. You're gonna sit up and reset, tuck that hip forward, and stretch up and over to the side to really hit that hip flexor. Come out of it back into that high lunge. And you're gonna straighten up the front knee, really hit that hamstring before you scoot it into a narrower stance. In this narrow stance, go ahead and lift up the back leg to a 90 degree angle. And try to force your back flat up against that leg before pulling it in, knee to your chest, and circle out that ankle. From here, grab the foot or the calf, extend it out for a quick balance, and then drop it down. We're gonna have our feet parallel, rolling through the spine, down, nose to your knees. Bend out your knees here. We're gonna bend the right, breathe for a few seconds, and then bend the left. Again, switching over, bend the right knee. And switch again, bend that left knee. You're gonna roll up to the top here. Grab one leg behind you, try to get your heel to your glute, and to really stretch out that quad. Hug it up, knee to your chest one more time. And roll out that ankle again if it feels good. Switch sides, grab that other foot, try to get the heel as close to the glute as possible. And we wanna have those knees in line. Hug up that knee, roll out that ankle again. And now we are gonna go down onto our mat for the rest of this stretch. You're gonna have your legs straight out in front of you, those feet flexed, and you're gonna fold forward. Point out those toes now and try to get your nose as close to your knees as possible. Flex the feet, flatten out that back, make sure that neck is in line with the rest of your spine. You're gonna take one foot, grab it with the opposite hand, pull it up and twist to the side. This can really get into that IT band, which everyone finds very tight, especially after a leg day. So really dive into this stretch and get that IT band. You can bend out that knee and extend it before we switch over to the other side. Remembering to breathe here in through your nose, out through your mouth, bend it out again and stretch it back over, forward fold. And we're gonna move into our butterfly position. So our feet are together. We are grabbing at our ankles. And if you can, use those elbows to press out your knees at the same time to get those knees close to the ground and the nose close to those toes. You're gonna stretch over to the side, but you wanna keep both hips on the ground. You should feel both of those bones pressing into your mat, not lifting one or the other. Go ahead and stretch on over to the other side. And we're gonna circle the whole body around now. We're gonna go to the side, to the front, to the side, and then sitting up straight. We're gonna reverse that to the other side, take another big circle here, really opening up that back, working through that spine. Go at the tempo that you need to really open that back up. I'm gonna stretch it forward one more time, nose to those toes. Should feel a little bit more open in that back now and in those hips. We're gonna take the legs out to the side now, flex the feet, and make sure the feet and the knees stay pointed towards the ceiling the entire time. You're gonna stretch up and over to that foot, and then open the chest further so that you are extended all the way up to the ceiling. You're gonna twist to reverse that, go nose to your knee, and try to get both shoulders to be parallel with the floor. Walk the hands around. We're gonna go to the other side and repeat. So big stretch up and over, making sure to keep that side open and not covering the face with your arm. You're gonna twist up, try to get your chest pointed towards the ceiling as much as you can, open it up, and then reverse that movement by going nose to knee and our shoulders parallel to the ground. Walk it all the way around again. Come up, you're gonna put your hands above your head. Do a flat back forward as far as you can control before letting it go and relaxing forward. Breathe it out here, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Kind of swing side to side, bounce around just a little bit, but we really want to get into those inner thighs. Go ahead and roll on up. We're going to move onto our back now. Go ahead and hug in both knees and draw little circles with those knees to kind of massage that back into the ground. You're gonna take one leg down, keep the other knee to your chest, and again, circle out that hip, drawing circles with that knee. Extend that leg straight up, pull it as close to your face as you can, and then you're gonna bend the knee here, pretend like you're standing on the ceiling, and then stretch that leg again. You're gonna cross it over, but keep the leg straight. Again, another stretch that's really gonna hit that IT band. Then we're gonna take it bent and then twist all the way over. You want to try to keep that foot connected to your knee and your shoulder as close to the ground as possible. You're going to bend that bottom leg into a pretzel stretch, and again going for that heel to glute action to really get that bottom quad. Unfold it now, keeping the ankle on top of the knee. You're going to pull it in for a glute stretch. You can rock side to side here, find the tight spot, and then hold in that tight spot. We're gonna switch it out, go to the other side. So we're circling out that hip, knee to the chest again. And then you're gonna take that leg straight up, pull it as close to your face as you can. You're gonna stand on the ceiling, bend that knee out, and then straighten it up again, just to kind of get into that hamstring a little bit deeper. You're gonna take the leg across your body, but keep it straight. Point your toe towards the ground to really dive deeper into that IT band before we twist over, toe to that knee, and then that knee is all the way down, our back is twisted. We're gonna bring up that bottom leg, heel to the glute, stretch out that bottom quad while still remaining in our twist. You're gonna unwrap here, keep that ankle on the knee but turned out now into that glute stretch on the other side. Rock side to side, find the tight spots, and really move through that glute. You're gonna hug in both knees again, but now we're turned out. So think about opening those hips even more. Grab the feet, extend it halfway, your feet are on the ceiling, kind of rock side to side, and then if you feel the need to, go ahead and open it up, all the way extended, really get into those inner thighs and those hips. Wanna get them as open as possible. You can let it go, extend it up, and we're gonna send those legs up and over our head into a plow position just to release that back. You can kind of bend out each knee, whatever feels good here. And then slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time to come on up. We're gonna flip it over onto our bellies now, push it up into a Cobra position, look up at the sky, move that neck around, twist the shoulders from right to left, do what feels good into those abs before you push it back into a child's pose, sitting on those feet and really extending the arms out in front of you, pressing that chest into the ground. You're gonna come into a pigeon pose now, taking that right leg forward. You want to have close to a 90-degree bend as possible, but just go as far as you can and then stretch it forward if that feels comfortable. You're gonna sit up tall now, bend that back knee, try and reach for it, and then extend that top arm for a balance here. Again, you can take any progression of this. You don't have to go all the way up. If you wanna just hold that pigeon, feel free. Switch it over to the other side and fold it forward. We wanna make sure that back leg is staying straight and we are tucking that back hip down and not letting it open up. So we're still hitting that back hip flexor while we're hitting that front leg glute. We're gonna sit up tall, bend the back knee again, reach for it, and then extend that top arm for the balance. And you can arch it back to get a little bit of stretch in those abs as well. Go ahead and release it. We're gonna push back now into a downward dog position, pedal out those feet, drop one heel to the ground at a time, really getting those calves and those hamstrings. Last little stretch, we're gonna take that leg up high, twist it over, and open up that hip and that front side of the abs as much as possible here. Now we're gonna switch sides, take the other leg up, open out those abs one last time and open up that hip. I'm gonna take the leg straight up, bring it back down into that downward dog, and then slowly walk your feet towards those hands. Roll up to the top one vertebrae at a time, and breathe. If you enjoyed this stretch out, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Also follow me on Instagram and Facebook at serious.danceandfitness.